This is where my air filter used to live, next to the exhaust, hot, not a lot of airflow, just not a great position for an air filter, to be honest. It's like right cramped in the engine bay, yada 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 yada. And this is where it lives now, in the side duct. Nice, cold, fresh air getting to it, nothing to do with the engine bay. And I've even added a little secret modification that really makes it sound awesome, but more on that later. So on my old setup, I was getting quite high intake temps on a long run, and especially like hard driving. Let's have a look at the clip. Engine oil, 94 degrees. Air intake temps, 86 degrees. Ambient air, 32 degrees, 31 degrees. Now that was due to the engine causing a lot of heat, heat soaking the air filter because it wasn't very far away from all the hot things like exhaust, turbo, manifold, all this stuff that gets really hot in the engine bay. But now I've moved it to the side pod, as you've just seen. It's quite a common mod for MR2s. A lot of people just put it behind the battery, but that doesn't really get a lot of airflow either. It's better if you put it actually like right near the duct. It does mean you have to take the panel off and you have to move stuff around, but it's worth it, trust me. But now, as we can see in this new clip, it works. We're getting, hold on, we're getting 81 degrees Fahrenheit air intake temps, and I can't even see because I've got my sunglasses on. 23 degrees engine bay temps. Now today is about the same weather as my last test. It's about like 14-15 degrees. The temps have gone down a couple of degrees under the same conditions, same like driving, everything. Regardless of the fans, the temps have gone down, which is great. And it works with the fans as well. Like it complements, like the mods complement each other, because it hasn't got the potential of the fans being on and then drawing air upwards and you're potentially getting less air to the filter because the fans are drawing air away from it. Now the fans drawing air upwards has no play on the filter. It just means that the engine's going to get colder, which is great. And let's talk about that little secret mod. So let's flip you around. If you can see back here, that's an air filter. That's an air filter. Let's put a little light on. So in a, let's say, happy little accident, I bought an air filter that was just a little bit too big to fit in this gap. I thought I measured it right, but apparently not. The gap between the what is it, the rear quarter panel and the actual like chassis of the car. Any normal human being in the world would have just returned the panel or returned the filter, but me being me, I thought, no, this is a great idea to cut a massive hole in my chassis and yeah, ruin the car. But as I'm going to show you in some clips now, it has made the car so much better. I mean, I wouldn't recommend people start cutting up their car, but I'm happy I done it because it's made it quite a lot of fun. Let's play the clips. Well, we're 2.5k, 40 mile an hour. Just like tap the throttle, and the flutter is just like incredible. It's, I can't describe it. It's so much fun to drive now. before I have about 4 quadrillion people in the comments telling me like, oh no, it's gonna get water in it, oh, you're gonna get water in the cabin and stuff, like, trust me, I had the same mod on my 1ZZ for, I don't know, 18 months, and I drove that in snow, in torrential rain, in everything, and it never skipped a beat. So I'm not worried about any of that, so I'm quite happy with it. But anyway, let's listen to some more turbo flutter, because now I think this is the loudest turbo flutter of any car I've ever been in. Everything's good. I think it's probably time we turn the fans on. So, with 23 degrees engine bay, let's pop the fans on. Fans are on. I can hear them. Instantly, air intake temps have gone down by a couple of degrees. Now the engine bay temps, it says it's gone up. I suspect that's where it's just blowing or pulling hot air over the sensor, if I'm honest. That's what I think. Maybe if I reposition the sensor, it'll give a more accurate reading. But the length of the wire was a little bit constraining. And now, of course, since last time as well, I've done the rear bumper cut thing. I don't know what you call it, but I see a lot of Japanese cars. It's quite popular for like motorsport Japanese cars to like cut the rear bumper in half. I done it because I noticed a little bit of like, it was where I'd cut the bumper to like fit around the exhaust and like have my plate showing how I like it and have everything how I like it and have the oil cooler there, obviously. It just wasn't looking nice for a start, and it wasn't like secured nicely enough at the bottom, so it was like a little bit flappy, and I was worried about like parachuting a little bit, and I was thinking, do I drill holes in it and make it look like one of them, because I see like a few people have like holes drilled in the back bumper and it looks quite cool, to be honest. I was thinking about doing that, but I saw one guy that had done it on like a 2ZZ turbo. He'd like completely cut his bumper like very similarly to mine, and I thought it looked pretty cool. Especially, I think with the stock bash bar it would look a bit crap, but with the bash bar that I've got, I think it suits it. I think it'd do a little bit of tidying up. I think I want to black everything as well. Like there's still a little, like this car's obviously silver from factory. I might black up the rest of the engine bay at least, so that way, like, obviously you can see a lot more into it now. So it would just, I don't know, I think as a black, I think it would just look a lot better. What are we sitting at now? 81 degrees, so about the same, to be honest. About the same. I think the hard driving will be the true test, because obviously, like, it's a mod that's made for, like, I'm not going to drive around with the fan on all the time, because it's quite loud. Like if you see it in a traffic light, it's louder than the exhaust kind of thing. But I think like on track and everything, like running it the whole time on track and just cool it down a little bit afterwards, maybe, I think stuff like that, this mod will come into its own. I mean, I know it's not good for the turbo, but it's quite fun. I don't know what it sounds like from the outside. I'm going to try and put the camera on my outside somewhere and try and capture that, but inside here, it's ridiculous. I think I've got a decibel meter on my phone. 33 decibels of flutter. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.